Welcome. We are continuing into logarithm of numbers less than 1 like we said in the previous class. I want us to get something before we go into solving problems here. Let's use standard form to learn something here. Let's say we have this 0.0268 and the question is convert this to standard form. We know in standard form we learned before the last class. This will give us 2.68 times 10 to the power minus 2 like we learned in standard form. Okay, let's still do one example again. Let's say we have 0.268. This one will give us well 2.68 times 10 to the power minus 1. No more minus 2 because of this number here. This is 0.0, this is 0. Why did I bring up standard form? I want to use it to explain something. Remember, it's characteristics and mantissa that gives logarithm of number when you are looking for it with your table. If you are given a number to look for its logarithm in standard form, remember you will get characteristics and you get mantissa. And the reason I brought up this standard form here is because when you are looking for the logarithm of a number less than 1 like this ones now, the characteristics of that number is always the same thing with the number the 10 is raised to, like this minus 2 and this minus 1. But in logarithm, you are going to call them bar. For this one now, you are going to write it this way, called bar 2. If for this one now, you are going to write it this way, called bar 1. Okay, let's use example to get it proper. Let's call this A. Let's say we are given 0.4291 and the question is find the logarithm of this number using logarithm table. Remember how we did it in the last class. Draw your table, it's still the same. Then this is the number column, this is the log column. Okay, you write the number like we've been doing it before under the number column. Here now, I tried explaining it with this standard form. The characteristics of this is bar 1 point. Now you go to your logarithm table, get the value of this. You will look for it like we did it before. Let's write the 0.429 here now. We've already written the characteristics as bar 1 there. Now this is it. Look for 42 under 9 different 1. Go here now. This is 42. This one now. Follow it to where it intersected column 9. That the number there is what you need. The column 9 is this one now. We've explained this in the last class, so I kind of have to be a little quick here. We are having 6325. Write it down somewhere first. 6325. The difference is 1. Still go there. This is the 6325. The difference is 1, and under 1 you are having 1, so put it under these 5, add them. If you add them, you are having 6236 here, so write it here. This is what we are looking for. It gives us 6326. If it is 0.000429, it's still the same number, but before you got to the numbers, the 0 were up to 4. So what you're going to do now is you write the characteristics as bar 4. You see it 4 zeros before this 4291. Then the same, if you go to the logarithm table, it will give you the same 6326. Okay, I use this to explain something. Let's now go into solving problem with logarithm table. Don't forget the anti-logarithm. We learned it in the last class. We will also use it here. We also have 1 multiplication and division, 2 powers and root like we had it in the last class, and like we did also in the last class. Let's begin with the first one, multiplication and division. Like we did in the last class, let's quickly solve one example of multiplication and one example of division. I believe it will help us learn all these things. Example, we are asked to simplify 0.4291 times 0.0268 using logarithm table. Like we've been doing it in the last class. Draw your table. This is the number column. This is the log column. Write them down this way. Remember, when they are talking about multiplication, you use addition. When it is division, you use subtraction. Okay, from the logarithm table, we are having the logarithm of this to be bar 1.6326. It's always good to know that this is bar 1, the characteristic. This one is bar 2, because the logarithm will give you if it is bar 1 or bar 2. If you know it, the better for you. Then you go to the logarithm and read this math teaser. This one is bar 2. You go to the logarithm table and read what it is, 26 under 8. As well, to get the logarithm of 0.0268. Already we've written the characteristics as bar 2. Let's still repeat it here. You put your point. Still go to the logarithm, look for 26 under 8. This is 26 here. Trace it to the column of 8. This is the column of 8. It gives us 4281. Write it 4281. I didn't write it any other place before bringing it. I knew there was nothing to add to it because there was no difference. That's why I wrote it straight. This becomes the logarithm we are looking for. From the logarithm table, it gives us 4281. Okay, rule under them because you are going to add them. Let's extend this one downward a bit. 6 plus 1 gives us 7. 8 plus 2 gives us 10. You write 0, carry 1. This gives 5 plus the 1, you are having 6. This one gives us 10. You write 0, carry 1. You need to be careful here when you are adding this bar 1 and bar 2. Because if you are not careful, you will get it wrong. Calculator at times don't even help. This one is bar 1 now. If you say bar 1 plus bar 2, it means minus 1 plus minus 2, which is minus 1 minus 2. What is it giving us? Minus 3. Remember, we still have 1 from this 10. So add it to this minus 3. It will give us minus 3 plus that 1. We are having minus 2, which is bar 2. That is what you are going to write here, bar 2 point. Okay. Remember, we are going to use anti-logarithm to convert this one back to number. This is anti-logarithm. This is the anti-logarithm table. Let's write the number we are looking for each anti-logarithm, which is bar 2.0607. Look for 0.06 under 0 difference 7. This is the 0.06 under 0. We are having 1148. Write it 1148 difference 7. Difference 7 is what? You quickly go to difference 7. You are having 2. Put it here. 2. This gives 10. You write 0, carry 1, 5 here. 1, 1. 1150. There is something about this bar. Remember, in the characteristics of the other one, we add in counting of digits of the number to put the dot. But this one is bar. What you are going to add is 0 before this whole number. Since this is 2, what you are going to add now is 0.0. This is the answer you are looking for. If you use calculator to check this, it will give you this answer. Let's also solve one problem in this division. Under this division, the question is evaluate 0.06 divided by 0.005312 using logarithm table. Remember, rule your table. This number, this log column. Write down this one 0.06. We know the characteristics is bar 2 because it's 0.0 before 6 point comes. You can equally write down this one 0.005312. The characteristics is bar 3 point comes. Go to the logarithm table and get the logarithm of this one and this one. We are looking for the logarithm of 0.06. We already know the characteristics is bar 2. Put your point. There is no 6 here. Go to 60. That's what you go to. Quickly go down. This is the 60. Under nothing. Just 60 under 0 because there was no number following after that 6. You are having 7782. You write it 7782. That is how you get the logarithm of this one. Okay, the logarithm of the second one. Okay, we are looking for the logarithm of 0.005312. Okay, we know that the characteristics is by 3 from what we've learned. Quickly go to 53 under 1 different 2. Roll down to get to 53. This is 53 here. Under 1, this is the 1 column. Write what the value under 1 is giving you. We are having 7251. Under 2, still trace it to what it is. Under 2 is 2. Write it here, 2. If you add them, you're having 3527. Put it here, 7253. From the logarithm table, we are having Mantiza to be 7782. For this one, Mantiza to be 7253. Okay, remember it's division, which means the down one is going to be subtracted from the up one. Rule a line. 2 minus 3, it won't go, you borrow 1 here, put here, it becomes 12. 12 minus 3 gives us 9. 7 minus 5 gives us 2. 7 minus 2 gives us 5. 7 minus 7 is 0. This one now, let's do it somewhere. Minus 2 minus 3. Remember, if you can be doing it this way to get the correct answer, please do it. You need the correct answer. If you make mistake, you made mistake. Minus 2, this minus becomes plus. This 3 comes. This is simply 3 minus 2, which is 1. So what you're having now is 1 point. The decimal comes down. So this time for anti-logarithm. Go to the anti-logarithm, look for the anti-logarithm of this number. Okay, we are looking for the anti-logarithm of 1.0529. Now look for 0.5 under 2 different 9. This is the 0.5. Under 2 you are having 1127. Write it, 1127. What is the difference? Different 9 is giving us 2. We write it under the 7, 2. If they add, you are having 9. 2 comes down, 1, 1. Okay, this is it. You 1129. If you check, the characteristics is 1, which means you are counting 2 places, 1, 2, which will give you this. The final logarithm here is more like logarithm of number greater than 1. That's why this is expected to give us value greater than 0. Let's continue to powers and roots. Powers and roots, the number 2. Let's solve one example for power here, then another example for root here. Simplify 0.4291 times 0.0268, all in parentheses to power 2. Remember, rule your table. This is the number column, this is the log column. Write down this 291. The characteristics of it is bar 1. Go to logarithm table, you will get it to be, the Mantiza 6326. Then bring down the other one, 0.0268. You will get the characteristics to be bar 2 and the Mantiza to be 4281. Rule under them. Remember, they are multiplying, so you are going to add. Let me just put addition here. If you add all of them, you are having bar 2.0607. Okay, let's quickly write down everything here to help us explain what we are going to do here. 0.4291 times 0.0268, all in parentheses to power 2. Okay, the power 2 here tells us that we are multiplying this whole thing with 2. Let's extend this line down. If you multiply it, you are having bar 4.1214. Now go and look for the antilogarithm of 0.12 under 1 different 4 and write the answer here. Let's separate this. If you check the antilogarithm, you're having 1322, and check from here, you have bar 4, which means 0 up to 4 is going to come before this number, 0.000. This is the answer. This will give you, if you use calculator to check it. Let's quickly go to the root. We are asked to evaluate cube root of 0.06 divided by 0.005312. The same way, the table comes, number comes, log, then begin with 0.06, The characteristics is bar 2, like we've learned. Then the month is a complete the logarithm. You are having this. Write down the other one, 0.005312. The characteristics is bar 3. Write down the mantiza to complete the logarithm. You are having 7253. Let's extend this 9 downward. Remember, it's division, so you are having subtraction. If you subtract this from this, you're going to have 9 here, 2 here, 5 here, 0 here, and 1 here. The decimal comes down. Let's repeat it here. This cube root, this 0.06 divided by 0.005312. This is simply going to be divided by 3. If you divide this whole number by 3, what you're going to have is 0.35097. Now get the anti-logarithm to become the answer you're looking for. The anti-logarithm of 0.35 under 0 different 9. You might not really consider this 7. Just look for 0.35 under 0 different 9. You have 2244. Remember, you have 0 here, which means the number of places is 1, like we learned in the previous class. Please, this is not bar. Don't put bar 1. This is the number side. What you will do, remember, like we've been doing it in the last class, that of greater than 1. If you have 0 here, you count 1 places. If you have 1, you count 2 places, and so on. Okay, let's quickly do a combination of both less than and greater than with all this multiplication, power, root. I believe it will help us learn more. Finally, let's conclude with this. We are asked to evaluate this. As you can see, it's 0.0623 multiplied by 0.231, all in parentheses, to power 3, multiplied by 25.04, and over this cube root of 410.5 times, in parentheses, 0.42 to power 2. Now, the same way you've been doing it, it doesn't matter how it looks like. Draw your table. This is the number side, this is the log side. Begin with this 0.0623. We know that the characteristics is bar 2. Quickly go to the logarithm table and get the value. You are having 7945. Write the other one, 0.231. We know it's bar 1. Then from the same logarithm table, you have 3636. Remember, it was made to be to the power of 3, okay, which shows you are multiplying it here with 3. If you multiply it, you are having about 2.0908. Bring this one to this part as well, 45. Still have one remaining, which is 25.04. The characteristics, remember, is 1. This one is number greater than 1. From the logarithm table, you get it to be this. Bring it also to this side, 1.3986. Rule over every of them. Add all of this. Let me put addition somehow here. Just add them carefully like we've learned. You're going to have about 2.2839. Let's still extend this line. You're going to come with this down one. Just ensure you give one line before you continue, so that this one now, the addition of the logarithm of this one, will take that one line. Or if you like, you can rule this way to help you understand. The down one, you have 410.5. If you check it, the characteristics is 2. Go to the logarithm, you will have it to be 6133. The other one is 0.42 in parentheses to power. The characteristics is by 1 point. You check the logarithm, you will have it to be 6232. Since it's to power 2, you are multiplying by 2 here. Let this one not confuse us. Let's continue this line where it will separate it from this down one. If you multiply this one, you are going to have about 2.2464. Still bring the other one up here. Even though I might do the under one before the above one, please just know the way I'm doing it. If you learn it, you can do it your own way. Bring this one to this side, which is 2.6133. Remember, they are multiplying each other, which means they are adding here. Separate this to still help you. If you add this to this now, you are going to have 1.8597 here. And remember, they were all made to be under cube root. Okay, let's still write it down. .42 square, which shows us that you are dividing this one now divided by 3. If you divide it by 3, it will give you 0.6199. Remember, we still have this one. Bring it where it will be aligned with this one so that you can quickly subtract, which is this bar 2.2839. You see how I followed it? Remember, numerators, we are divided by the denominators, and we've gotten the logarithm of the numerator to be this, and the logarithm of the denominator to be this. What are you now going to do? You are going to do this above 1 minus this downward. Rule your line as well. Let's extend this one downward. Okay, if you subtract this now from this, it will give you about 3.6640. With this now, get the anti-log. What it gives you, you write it on the other side, which is the number side. Quickly go to the anti-logarithm table, look for 0.66 under 4. Difference is 0, so no need. What you are going to have is 4613. And go there, you see, is bar 3, which means up to 3 zeros will come before this number, which is 0.00. This is your answer you were looking for all this while. If you know how to do this with your calculator, do it. It will give you this value. Thank you for being part of this class. I know by God's grace so far you must have learned this logarithm of number, both less than and greater than. Please apply it and ensure you do well in your studies. Thank you.